Alright, so now I'm going to be introducing you guys to the sys module, or the system module. This module pretty much gives the information to the operating system and util modules, and it could also give you some good information on how to make your programs as well. It also is the module that can basically recreate raw input and can actually tell you more about how other functions work. It's a really nice module, and it's important to know a lot about it compared to just other simple modules that are self-explanatory of what all the functions do. This one is basically it's a smaller version of the OS module, but it's in the same category with different stuff basically. So we'll import that and we'll start doing some little things to it. So the first one is sys.platform. The next one is sys.maxInt, and the next one is sys.version. Now, if we look at this, the platform we are on, or I'm on, is Win32. So it's a Windows version of Python that's 32-bit. The maxInt is 2,147,483,647, and the system version, which is actually up here on the shell, Python shell. Sorry, kind of blinked out there for a second. We have 2.7.2 default June 12th, 2011, and then it gives you the time, gives you all this other stuff, 32-bit, Intel, blah blah blah. So that's some basic information about our system, but what else can it tell us? It can tell us about where we want to put modules for it to be the fastest to find. Now, you may be thinking, well, what does that mean? Doesn't it just take all the modules from the Python folder? Yes, but it looks into certain folders in certain places first. And to find out what that is, you go into syspath, and it tells you where it looks first. So the first place it looks is in the Python lib folder, and then into idlelib, and then under, if it's not in there, it looks in site packages, pip egg. If it's not in there, it looks for site packages distribute, and if it's not in there, it looks in the projects, and then if it's not in there, it looks in Python zip. If it's not in there, it looks in the DLLs. If it's not in there, it looks in the lib folder. If it's not in there, it looks in the platform win folder in lib, and then if it's not in there, it looks in TK. Then it looks in just the Python directory, and then it looks in site packages without any specific directory in site packages. So that seems like a lot of stuff, but it kind of tells you how it works. The first place it looks is idlelib. So if you want that to be something different, you can actually change that by doing syspath and then like 0 and saying that's equal to something else. But there's a downfall to this, and that's that this will only work for the script that's running and while it's running. Once the script ends or the process ends, you have to restart changing this. So that's a downside to it, but if it's something you only want for one script to do, then it's perfect. Otherwise, you can manually go into the Python path and change the default settings and rearrange things. And this won't really make too big of a difference unless you're like importing in a lot of stuff from one place, like an insane amount of stuff, or it's something just hard to process. Like I made a program a while back that was like consisting of 21 statements and an if statement. So it was like if x modulus 2 is equal to 0, and then another statement, and then and another statement, and I did that like 20 times. It took about 3 minutes to output one answer for it. And so that's kind of the case where you would actually want to change this, is if you were having slow issues with importing. That's pretty much the basics of the system module, and you can make little if statements that help your program. You can use it with the OS module if you had something specific with the system, or you could even do something like if sys.platform and then like 0 to 3 is equal to, oops, dang it, just copy and paste, is equal to win, then print hello Windows user. And oops, so they'll check for it. It says hello Windows user because I'm on that platform. And if I was to change this to, like, I don't know what it is for a Mac, let's just put Mac. You guys can tell me in the comments below what it actually is, but yeah. So we do that and nothing happens. We could also make it say you're not on Windows. So you're not on Mac or whatever. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I recommend you look a little bit more into the system module yourself. I will be going into the standard input and output with the system module in the next tutorial. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be seeing you next time. If you like the video, send it to your friends. It always helps me out. Thanks again.